Good day, folks, and welcome to another edition of Lumberjack Logic. Have I got a great report for you filled with many video clips, folks? The Democrats have a plan. They do, and you should be afraid because they have found their great white hope. Now, it doesn't matter that he got trounced in the last election with Kamala Harris. Tim Walz is the man with a plan. You are not going to believe some of these clips and what he's been up to.
Saying on my phone, I don't know, some of you know this on the iPhone, they've got that little stock app. I added Tesla to it to give me a little boost during the day. 225 and dropping. So, and if you own one, we're not blaming you. You can take dental floss and pull the Tesla thing off, and take out, just telling you.
So their answer, of course, and you've seen this on the oligarch tour with Bernie Sanders, another brilliant person, but is to go after Elon Musk. Now, let us not forget that Elon Musk and SpaceX, that's the very company, the very person that just brought our astronauts home.
And I want to thank Elon Musk, by the way, because think if we don't have him. There's only so long, even though they're in the capsule up there, that the body starts to deteriorate after 9 or 10 months and gets really bad after 14, 15 months with the bones and the blood and all the things that you've been reporting on very well. And if we don't have Elon, they could be up there a long time. Who else is going to get him? And I just want to thank him.
So think of the lunacy of this. The answer for the Democrats is to trot out Tim Walz, the great white hope, and to attack Elon Musk, who just brought the astronauts back from space and also builds the most American car out there. Now, there are many of us, I don't have any use for an electric vehicle. I live out in rural, okay? And I live in a cold climate. They don't really work all that well for me. But I'm thinking maybe I should just buy one and drive it around in the summer. I don't know. I think many Americans are looking at this and going, whoa, not only are they attacking Elon Musk, they're also attacking the workers at Tesla. They're attacking the people who sell the Tesla cars. They're attacking the people who own Tesla stock. And most of that's wrapped up in IRAs and 401ks. So they're attacking people's retirement by throwing Molotov cocktails, actual real violence at Tesla charging stations, Tesla cars, Tesla dealerships, keying their cars, and so on, all to attack Elon Musk. And Tim Walz is sitting there joking about it. It's absolutely absurd. And like most things the Democrats do, this is going to work against them. Look, we're in uncertain times. And you know that I'm a big believer in owning physical gold. I've talked to you, my audience, about this over the course of the last 4 years. But you don't go out and buy a life jacket when the boat is already sinking, and you don't buy gold when the economy has already collapsed. Clearly, others are heeding this advice. Folks, gold just topped $3,000, closed at over $3,000 for the first time. The company I trust to help you diversify into physical gold is Birch Gold. The company I buy my gold from, Birch, specializes in helping you to convert an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold for no money out of pocket. So get your free info kit by texting the word lumberjack to the number 989898. Again, text lumberjack to 989898. There is no obligation, folks, just useful information. They get countless 5-star reviews. Get Birch Gold to help you secure your future today. On to the next Tim Walz clip, which is one of my favorites.
These folks don't want to be involved in politics. They want to teach kids. They chose this profession because it's what they love. And now they've been thrown into the middle of this absolutely ridiculous fight. And it will go just as well as the tariffs have gone, just as well as the stock market's going, just as well as egg prices have gone. But this time it's our kids.
Yes, folks, they have not given up the tired old narrative of if you don't support what the Democrats believe in, you don't like the kids. And how are those egg prices doing? Seems like they're coming down. Maybe we should just quit killing so many chickens.
Look, let's just name it what it is. The president has no idea how education works. He has no idea how these work. He has no idea how any of this works. Reallocating them to what? These are professionals that understand. These are civil rights attorneys that understand and making sure we're getting it right. These are educational experts that research. When we talk about research, we're not reading Newsmax online. It's peer-reviewed studies to show what brain science looks like and how you get an impact.
Yes, folks, they're focused on getting this right. That's why homeschoolers and private schoolers are performing 13% and 19% better than public school students on ACT tests. In fact, ACT tests are at record lows for public school students, trending down since 2007. In fact, it's the worst testing, the worst standards coming out of public schools in 50 years right now. And they're going to tell us about how they're getting it right and how somebody else like Elon Musk and Donald Trump don't understand. No, the Department of Education never understood. Praise God, it's getting disbanded, folks. And Lord knows we need more civil rights attorneys to make sure they're getting their DEI right.
These people have no idea on this, that this is just a random dude who came in and said, cut money. And this is a place, yeah, you know, it is a place where we spend money because it's our future. And they're just randomly cutting it.
By the way, do you know that under Tim Walz's leadership, we've had $600 million of fraud in the state of Minnesota? We've gone from budget surplus to budget deficit to now they need to tax us more. Did you trust him to manage something like education? Or would you trust somebody like Elon Musk to make some cuts, who's running a business so efficiently that now he can sell tiny homes for under $8,000? The guy's a wizard. And Tim Walz, to sit there and insult him? Oh, just wait, it gets better with Timmy.
How do you fight it? This
I think I could kick most of their ass. I do think that if they wanted to. I know I can outrun them, but I don't know if we're going to fall into that place where we want to. Okay, we challenge you to a WWE fight here type of thing.
Talk about a race to the bottom. We have Tim Walz on a podcast with Gavin Newsom. Talk about two of the worst governors in America. Talking about how they can kick their you know what. It's wild. It gets even worse.
This guy bugs me in a way that is probably unhealthy.
So wait, check this out. I found a graph that I think explains what's going on with Tim Walz. White women with a college degree can't stand Elon Musk.
I have to be careful about being a smartass. I was making a joke. These people have no sense of humor. They are the most literal people. But my point was they're all mad, and I, said something I didn't, probably shouldn't have about a company.
This is why we call them projectocrats, folks. We all know Democrats don't have a sense of humor, and we also know that Democrats are the angry ones because they're the ones throwing the Molotov cocktails. Tim Walz just lies. He runs around lying. He projects. That's all he can do. And then this lady says he's an idiot, talking about Elon Musk, the richest man in the world. It is wild to me that they are so disconnected from reality.
We will have the conversation about efficiency in government and about doing that. But none of us believe for a second they're thinking about this.
You know me, I'm more than willing to work with people, but I think we're in a stage right now is that, well, the governor's criticizing Elon Musk needs to be more bipartisan. I will never be bipartisan with
I still think the most beautiful play of the Trump administration was making Doge out of a former federal agency that Obama had created to deal with the technology surrounding Obamacare. And no, Democrats didn't care about government efficiency. We saw that with the spiraling deficits and the spiraling national debt and the fact that everything is so terribly inefficient in the government right now. So they weren't going to have that conversation. The conversation is now being had because Doge is outing all of this. But these are the people who wanted to turn us into Europe. So I wanted to bring in this clip from J.D. Vance.
Europe doesn't have the cards here. As President Trump likes to say, when you have actually penalized American companies and American workers as the EU has for years, we're actually fighting back for the first time. But Laura, we have a $1 trillion trade deficit. We absorb
largest
all
ever
of the terrible economic policies from all over the world, and the world expects American consumers to foot the bill for their workers and their businesses, and Donald Trump is flipping that on its head. We are not going to do this anymore. We cannot run an economy where Americans borrow, go into debt to buy things that other people make for us. We're going to make it in America. We have to.
Folks, you should hit your knees every day and thank the good Lord that we got J.D. Vance instead of Tim Walz, that we got Donald Trump instead of Kamala Harris. Truly an act of God. And remember, go check out and get your free info kit on gold by texting the word lumberjack to 989-898. Again, that's text lumberjack to 989-898. No obligation. Free info kit on gold from Birch Gold. We'll see you on the next episode, folks. Peace out.